Tonight on NewsWatch, hear how the government was able to prevent a shutdown.
Plus, a 17-year-old girl from the Magnolia has gone missing. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts right now.
It's a beautiful day here at Oxford. Stay tuned for your current temperatures and your 5-day forecast. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts now.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Logan Green.
And I'm Juliana Jackson.
Starting today, the Mississippi State Department of Health will give the updated COVID-19 vaccine for anyone that doesn't have insurance.
MSDH recommends the updated shot for everyone that's 6 months and older. Because dosage recommendations may vary depending on age, the MSDH recommends for anyone the age of 12 and older to get a single dose regardless of their vaccinated status.
To find the nearest location where the updated shots are, you can go to vaccines.gov.
The Chancellor's Grove Wellbeing Initiative is launching, raising awareness on mental and health services available across campus. This project aims to help students, faculty, and staff better understand the importance of wellness and challenges individuals may face during times of crisis. A 2023 student survey found more than 56% of students experience chronic stress. And 3 out of 4 students say improving their overall wellness is a top priority. Students over the age of 18 are eligible for these services at the University Counseling Center. Substance use support services are also available through the William McGee Center.
The government was able to avoid a shutdown after a funding bill was passed over the weekend to extend the window to 45 days until Congress can come up with a long-term plan. The clock is ticking once again, and now House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is facing a new set of challenges. Mike Valerio has more.
Government shutdown averted for now.
We're going to be right back in this place in November.
Down-to-the-wire negotiations led to bipartisan passage of a stopgap funding measure, keeping the government open through November 17th.
A needless crisis will have been averted.
The bill includes natural disaster aid and a measure to keep the Federal Aviation Administration operational. Notably absent, additional funding for border security and funding for Ukraine, an issue dividing House Republicans.
There is no way that we can abandon Ukraine.
I tell you, that's not a mission the American people support.
And now, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's future is on the line. His decision to put a bipartisan bill on the floor has painted a target on his back.
It is becoming increasingly clear who the Speaker of the House already works for, and it's not the Republican conference.
Representative Matt Gaetz is among the hardline conservatives threatening to move to oust the California Republican. The unprecedented move would paralyze the House of Representatives and jeopardize the chance of passing a long-term funding bill before the deadline. McCarthy says he's ready for the fight.
Bring it on, let's get over with it, and let's start governing.
And Congressman Gaetz also said on the Capitol this afternoon that he has spoken with former President Trump about his strategy to potentially remove Speaker McCarthy, which invites intrigue as to how much support the Speaker really enjoys from the former president.
The United Auto Workers strike has made large monetary impacts, according to an analysis released from Anderson Economic Group. The strike has costed General Motors, Stellantis, and Ford Motor Company $3.95 billion in its first 2 weeks. Around 18,000 auto workers are now on the picket lines, making the second week costlier than the first. Direct lost wages added up to $325 million. However, many of the workers on strike or who have been laid off could be eligible for the union strike pay of $500 a week.
The search for the person responsible for a shooting in Aberdeen ends as police arrest suspect Brandon Lenore. The shooting occurred last Thursday night on Clayton Drive. Lenore is accused of shooting his cousin, Tavis Gaddings. He has been charged with aggravated assault. The victim remains in the hospital in stable condition.
17-year-old Leah Nicole Hunt is missing and considered to be endangered, according to the Walthall County Sheriff's Office. Hunt is from Sandy Hook, Mississippi, and was last seen Monday at 2:00 a.m. on Sawmill Road wearing a full-body skeleton onesie. Hunt is 5 foot and 9 inches tall and weighs 120 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. If anyone has any information regarding Leah Nicole Hunt, contact the Walthall County Sheriff's Office at 601-303-3208.
Much of the Magnolia State is still under a burn ban. During a burn ban, no outdoor burning is allowed of any kind, and if you're caught breaking the rules, you'll have to pay a hefty fine. Fines can be as low as $100 to $500. Although we told you about the county bans, cities and towns within those counties can have separate burn bans that may vary from counties' rules. If you need more information about other counties that are serving a burn ban, you can visit the Mississippi Forestry Commission's website.
If you're looking to adopt a pet, then you'll want to hear this. Oxford's Animal Resource Center shelter will allow you to adopt dogs 6 months and up for $25 and puppies under 6 months for $50. As a part of Beasel Pet Foundation, Empty the Shelters, they are helping shelters create free space as many shelters across the county are becoming overcrowded. This event is happening at more than 350 shelters in 45 states. When you adopt a dog from the OAR, they will make sure your dog is up to date with its shots, including heartworm prevention and rabies prevention. You can go to the Oxford ARC's website for more information about which dogs are available for adoption.
If you attended the game this past weekend, you are on hand to witness the massive crowd of fans the Rebels and Tigers brought to Oxford.
And that massive crowd made history. The crowd set a football attendance record with over 66,000 people in attendance.
This includes more than 10,000 students, setting another student section attendance record.
The atmosphere helped encourage Ole Miss to victory as the Rebels overcame a 9-point deficit with 5 minutes left in the game. The game was so much fun. Now, I actually did get to run out on the field, and that's an experience I will never forget.
Yes, I wasn't able to attend the game, but it was such an experience, even tailgating. It was amazing.
Yes, the atmosphere was amazing, and I can't wait for this weekend. Coming up on Newswatch, President Biden's son had a court hearing earlier today. Find out what he pleaded.
And hear what Starbucks is doing to help climate controls. These stories and more after the break. Newswatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Hey, Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
Patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
I'm here at the scene of tomorrow's shooting, where a 15-year-old will kill 4 children, 2 adults, and then turn the gun on himself.
When the shooting starts happening tomorrow, first I'll probably just think it's firecrackers or a car backfiring or something.
He told some of us that his dad kept a gun in his closet, and he always talked about using it on, you know, the people that bullied him. Tomorrow I'll probably say that I wish I told someone.
You know, after the shooting, we're going to feel pretty bad about picking on him, but until then, we'll probably just keep doing it because he's pretty weird.
Tomorrow I'll probably point out that something has seemed off with him since the beginning of the school year.
And I'm now joined by the officers who will be the first responders tomorrow. What additional details can you share with us?
Well, someone is expected to tell us after the shooting that the shooter has been posting on social media about doing this for weeks.
So how will you explain the shooting to your daughter?
Actually, I won't get to explain it to her because she won't make it.
This is Christine Lynn, reporting from the scene of another shooting we'll say we never saw coming.
Welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, has pleaded not guilty today in court on 3 gun charges that were filed against him in September. Biden appeared in Delaware court earlier today for a 19-minute court hearing. This is the first time a child of a current president has been to court for criminal charges, along with being charged for possession of a firearm for a person addicted to a controlled substance. He is also charged with 2 counts of making false statements. Biden could face up to 25 years if he is found guilty. 2 giant pandas that has called the U.S. home for over 20 years are headed back to China. Panda, Meizing, and Taitine, along with their cub, will leave the National Zoo in Washington. The pandas have been there since the year 2000s, where an agreement was made between the Chinese conservation and the zoo. There are only 2,000 pandas that are living in the wild now, according to the group. Visitors have until December 7th to say their goodbyes to the beloved pandas.
The state of Tennessee's first transgender person holding a political position was sworn in as a council member at large on Monday night in Nashville. Danielle Jackson has more.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations,
Olivia Hill is breaking barriers as she's now the first transgender person in the state of Tennessee to hold a political position, claiming one of Metro Council's at-large seats.
Representation is everything. I've been approached by so many moms and dads and teachers and leaders that have thanked me for running, because now a lot of the trans community has someone to see.
She was sworn into office Monday evening inside of the historic Hermitage Hotel, a place that's special to her.
I love this hotel. It's a historic Hermitage Hotel, which is where my mother brought me as a child. Anytime there was anything special in our family, this is where we came to celebrate.
Now, this time, the fourth generation Nashvilleian is celebrating a milestone.
I paid a heavy price with my transition, and I've lost most of my family, my friends, my career, and so many people that stand beside me.
Her cousin Missy in attendance, holding back tears as they watch her embrace this moment.
And for the very first time since I transitioned, I stand before you to celebrate something special with family present. I ran this race as a qualified human. I didn't run this race as a trans woman. I didn't run this race as the first trans woman or as a woman at all. I only ran this race to showcase my experience and for a right to sit at the table.
She says one of the first issues she plans to tackle is re-envisioning Nashville's infrastructure, from affordable housing to expanding the bus line.
If we built 3 separate rings, we have spokes to connect it all, and then ran 24-hour service, then one can get on the bus and go left or right instead of all the way into town and all the way back out.
Hill served in the U.S. Navy during Desert Storm. She also settled with her former employer, Vanderbilt University, after she sued for gender discrimination. And now she's ready to work for the people of Nashville.
I will make sure that I work tirelessly hard for every single zip code in this county. My name is Olivia Hill, and let's get to work.
A new report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics says that job openings within the country has increased dramatically in the month of August. There were 90.61 million jobs openings in August, which is almost 1 million more jobs openings than in July. This growth steps a 3-month decline in jobs and shows that strengthen the labor market. Some of the biggest increase in jobs were in professionals and business services, finance, and non-durable goods manufacturing.
Experts warn that warming temperatures could have an effect on your daily coffee. Starbucks says it's developed a new climate-proof coffee. With a need to innovate, Starbucks said with the current growing conditions, coffee won't last longer than 20 years. Starbucks now has 6 new varieties that can handle these hotter temperatures, as a result of 10 years of research. The flavors of these new coffees has hints of melon, honey, and sugar, while another has a citrus, herbal, and floral taste.
National Taco Day is tomorrow, October 4th. In celebration, Taco Bell has announced they are bringing back the Taco Lovers Pass subscription for a limited time. The subscription includes a variety of tacos such as soft tacos, country tacos, and Doritos tacos. Today and tomorrow, customers can buy the pass for $10, giving them 1 free taco every day for 30 days.
Shirts and shorts may be in season for now, but you should make friends with a jacket. Experts are expecting temperatures to drop to the 20s before the weekend gets here. Today and Wednesday's temperatures will reach the high 80s. It is Thursday night that should bring in the cold front with some rain. Friday has a 30% chance of rain during the early part of the day. The rain should cause temperatures to drop to 50 degrees by Friday night. The cold front will be in by that point, and we could see a cold weekend. Now, let's check in with weather anchor Mason Deschelle for a look at your current conditions.
Well, today was a beautiful day here in Oxford. Your current temperature sits at 82 degrees, mostly sunny. We'll be right back with the weather here at Ole Miss NewsWatch.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough? You're such a glow-off. Well, you know. And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. The trees stand tall. Mother, mother, you tell me to stay rooted. The tree's roots go deep. You tell me to focus on my breath, and the trees breathe for the earth. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? Will you be the kind that makes shade, or the kind that shows a new way? Might you be the kind to hug, or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind. The child had a few more questions after that, and the forest had plenty of answers.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hi, my name is Mason Dashiell, and I'm today's weather anchor. Your current temperature sits at 82 degrees, mostly sunny skies, and winds on a little bit breezier side with 15 miles per hour. Taking a look around the rest of Mississippi, we have temperatures in the lower to mid 80s, with South Haven at your highest at 86 degrees. For tonight's forecast, temperatures are going to be a little bit on the cooler side with 62 degrees, partly cloudy, and your winds die down a little bit to 5 miles per hour. For tomorrow's forecast, it's going to be again another nice day here in Oxford at 85 degrees. Mostly cloudy skies, and your winds die down a little bit to 7 miles per hour. For tomorrow's temperatures, we still remain in the 80s. Tupelo remains on the higher end at 87 degrees. Oxford still at 85. Looking at the 5-day forecast going into this weekend, Thursday, we're going to bring some rain that's going to lead way to some cooler temperatures this weekend. Perfect weather on Saturday for the upcoming football game against Arkansas. The low is 44, so make sure to bring a jacket for the game.
Well, I know for this upcoming week, I feel like there's going to be a lot of drops and changes within the temperatures, so should we keep a jacket on hand?
I would say so, yeah. It's going to be a little bit on the chillier side, but much better than the hot games that we've had in the past.
Very true. Thank you, Mason.
Thank you.
And what do we have coming up in sports?
Coming up, head coach Lane Kiffin and quarterback Jackson Dart earned weekly honors after Saturday's big win, and the Seattle Seahawks dominated the Giants on Monday Night Football. I'll have that and more coming up in sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back. I'm Evan Simmons with Sports Watch. Ole Miss Rebels quarterback Jackson Dart and head coach Lane Kiffin both earned weekly honors after leading the Rebels to a win versus the LSU Tigers on Saturday. Head coach Lane Kiffin was named National Power 5 Head Coach of the Week, and Jackson Dart was named Co-SEC Offensive Player of the Week Monday after accumulating 439 total yards of offense for the Rebels in their win. The Rebels take on the Arkansas Razorbacks at the Vault this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Now moving things over to the court, yesterday was the first day of practice for the Rebels women's basketball team. Coach Yo spoke to the media about what she expects from her Lady Rebs this season.
I feel confident saying this is the toughest team I've had. And I know that people say, when they describe us, right, they describe us as gritty, defensive-minded, and we're going to be that. That's never going to change. But this is the most competitive group that I've had. Team 49, they don't take a play off. And I think it's just because the talent has increased, so everybody has to bring their A game every single day. They are fearless, and they are willing. They have big goals.
The team's first game of the season is November 6th versus Queens at the Pavilion. The 2024 baseball season is fast approaching, and season tickets are now on sale. Tickets are available for purchase or renewal on OleMissTix.com. The Rebels will play 2 exhibition games before opening play in the spring against Jacksonville State and Memphis. This week's Monday Night Football matchup featured the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. The Seahawks dominated the Giants, winning by a score of 24-3. The Seahawks defense tied a team record last night, sacking Daniel Jones 11 times and forcing 3 turnovers. Seahawks rookie cornerback Devon Witherspoon was the leader of the pack, racking up 2 sacks, 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and an interception. That's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us at Rebel_Watch for the latest sports updates.
Coming up on NewsWatch, hear how an unlikely outfit absolutely stole the runway at the Paris Fashion Show.
NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back after the break.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded,
or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
About making a fashion statement.
A fur ball with legs took over the runway in Paris and stole the show.
Jeanne Moose explains.
It gives a whole new meaning to the term ball gown. A star is born at Fashion Week in Paris, dubbed the fur ball. And underneath the fur ball,
I had a harness and it took about 7 people to help me stand up.
But getting dressed was the easy part at designer Christian Cowan's show. Once out on the runway, the fur ball bumped into singer Sam Smith, who happens to be the designer's boyfriend. Smith had to nudge the fur ball away. She proceeded down the runway, then bumped into front row spectators. The fake fur ball had eye holes, but what could you see?
I could truly only see like shadows of things.
Just before reaching the end of the runway, model Mahjong fell over and had to be lifted up.
I had lost my balance because I had carried it for so long.
Designer Christian Cowan wrote on Instagram, she came into Paris Fashion Week like a wrecking ball, quoting Miley Cyrus, who the designer has dressed. To those who call the fur ball a stunt, the designer's rep says,
Christian enjoys a sense of chaos
and knows how to create buzz. The design house says the fur ball already has at least one customer wanting to buy it. How big was the cat that coughed that up, joked a commenter. At least this ball gown is one size fits most. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Well, that was an absolutely bold choice of clothing. It
Very
obviously
true.
made a statement. Do you have any ways that y'all make statements with y'all clothing?
I mean, I needed a Halloween costume idea, and like that definitely gave me one.
I know I've been brainstorming on what to wear for Halloween, and I know I might be with you on that.
Yeah.
Who knows, we might be showing up as a fur ball maybe.
I don't think I'll be wearing that one. I like to say pretty cool, so.
Oh, very true, yeah.
I'll probably stick to the usual and go as like a princess or a Marvel character. I won't do all that.
Yes. No, I'm very excited to see what we all end up as, and maybe so we can do a Halloween NewsWatch takeover. That'd be fun.
For sure.
Yes.
Spectacular.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Tune in next week. I'm Juliana Jackson.
And I'm Logan Green with your latest news.
And I'm Evan Simmons with Sports Watch.
And I'm Mason Deshiro with Stormwatch.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.